Alright, hey YouTube. It's been a few weeks since I posted something. Was working on some other stuff and getting some feedback from people that have been watching and paying attention and giving me some guidance, or I guess some pointers or things that they think that would help. And one of the things that I got was make them shorter. So make these little videos shorter. So been thinking about how to do that, and what I think the right kind of way to approach that is try to talk about specific situations, because in the previous videos I've laid down some, I guess, fundamentals of social skills, and now what we can do is we can start trying to apply those in specific situations. So today's topic is dealing with groups. In particular, if I'm telling you you should be going out in the world and trying to talk to people and interact with people, should you be trying to go and talk to people in groups? And in general, I would say while your social skills are not great and you're still working on it, I would avoid that, because frankly there's a lot of stuff that goes on with groups, and there's a lot more to read, there's a lot more that's going on that you may not be seeing, and there's a lot of unknowns, a lot more unknowns than just dealing with a single person. When you're dealing with a group, you not only have all of the unknowns of a given person, but you have all of the relationship dynamics between the people in the group and how that may or may not have anything to do with you. So I would say if you can work on your approaching new people skills with individuals, I feel like that's going to be a lower risk, more likely to have a good outcome kind of situation for you. But if you do feel the need to talk to groups, or if that's just kind of what's most available to you, then this video is really about some of the rules or some of the things that you can think about that will help you navigate that situation. The first thing to know is that if there is a group of people talking and you are going to approach that group, you must understand first and foremost that they will perceive you as intruding. Meaning they're having their thing, they're talking to each other, and they don't know you, and you come walking up to the group, you are automatically disrupting whatever the group dynamic is right at that minute. And different people in different groups will perceive that intrusion on different levels, but it is always there. And so what that means is that you don't walk up to a group and start acting like you're part of the group, because you're not. And you think about, if you've ever been in the situation, you've seen TV shows or movies where somebody walks up to a group or they don't know anybody, and then somebody tells a joke and everybody in the group laughs, and then that person laughs, and then everybody looks over at them and they go, it's kind of a big awkward moment. Well, that's all about the fact that the group is acknowledging that the person who has stepped up to the group is not part of the group, and they are trying to act like they are, and it's weird and awkward and people don't like it. So the most important thing for you to do if you're going to approach a group is you need to go up with the acknowledgement that you are intruding. And you don't have to come up and go, I'm sorry to intrude, although you could. And it would be totally acceptable for you to do that. But if you just recognize that you're intruding, and don't go up there and act like you already know those people, and don't act like if they start talking about some joke and you start laughing, don't do that. It's not going to help. You're not going to make any friends in that whole situation. You're just going to look stupid. And so what you really need to do is what is your goal, right? What are you trying to do? All of this is about building social relationships. It's making friends. It's having people to hang out with in the real world, getting us out of our virtual world, off of our screens, and dealing with people in the real world, because that's really what makes us happy, okay? So what you need to do is you need to have kind of a plan, all right? And so here's what I would recommend. I think you need to walk up to the group and you need to ask a question to the group. And most of the time you're probably going to be in school or something like that, right? So you got plenty of opportunity to do that. You got a lot of reasons to ask questions. You can walk up to the group and be like, hey, Mr. Smith's class, did anybody catch when that paper is due, or something like that? Something just real kind of benign, whatever. All you're trying to do is figure out if the group is friendly, or if there are friendly people in the group. And how they react to that question will really give you a lot of those answers. If you've got friendly people in the group, somebody's going to be helpful and be like, oh yeah, I think it was, Saturday, or not, obviously not Saturday, but it's due Monday or Tuesday or whatever. So you're trying to assess if people are helpful, and if you get that kind of response, then make some kind of benign statement that most everybody could agree with, and then just kind of be quiet and see how everybody reacts to that. So you've kind of gone like, first thing I'm asking a question, seeing how everybody reacts to that, and then if I'm getting good reactions, I'm coming back with a statement just to see how people react to that. And so if everybody's still friendly, and like if I say, man, that class is so boring, oh my God, I don't know how we get through it, and everybody else starts saying basically the same thing, then in your head you should think this is a friendly group and these are people that I could talk with again. Now, this is the most important thing. If you are in that situation, you've planted seeds, and once you've planted the seeds, it's time to bail out. This is a long game. And what I mean is it takes time to build these social relationships. So don't try to make it all happen at one time. You go up to a group of people, you say something, they're friendly, you're friendly. The next thing you do is right before you bail out, you introduce yourself. So whoever it was being the nicest person, reach your hand out and say, hey, I'm Chris. Nice to meet you. And then bail out. Like, thanks a lot, catch you guys later, and then leave. Why do you do that? Because you were intruding. They were friendly about it, but you were intruding. And so the best thing you can do when you're intruding is to leave. So they get a good feeling in their kind of, when they're thinking about you, they think this person has good manners. This person is not going to overstay their welcome. They were cool. They didn't seem to have any kind of weird so there are no red flags going off for these people. And so they're going to think, well, I kind of have a good feeling about that person. And then if you see any of the individuals elsewhere, you can strike up a conversation. Hey man, tell me your name again. We were talking the other day. And then that's how it happens, okay? So that's what happens if it's a friendly situation. But what if it's not a friendly situation? How do you tell, first of all? How you tell is body language, right? So we talked about this before. Look up the body language video. If you see, the thing to really watch is the glances. So when you go up and you say, hey guys, did anybody happen to remember when that paper is due, whatever? If people aren't really responding, but they're glancing around at each other and giving each other weird looks or like kind of smirking or smiling or something like that, chances are they're jerks. And they don't have any intention of being friendly to you. You probably don't have very much likelihood of forming any kind of real relationship with them. So the best thing you can do is get out. All right? So if you start seeing that, whatever they say back to you, say, cool, thanks, and then walk away. Don't make any excuses, don't anything. If these people are jerks, you owe them nothing. Nothing. So you walked up, you were trying to be friendly, you were trying to establish a relationship and say hi and see what's going on, and they didn't respond in a way that gave you a feeling like they could be people that you could have a relationship with. If that's the case, then get out. Okay? So, short and sweet. I would say don't go to groups until you have a little bit of practice and you feel a little bit more comfortable. But if you're going to do it, recognize that you're intruding. Most important thing. Do not walk up and act like you know that group. Ask a question, see who reacts. If people are being friendly, introduce yourself and then bail out. And then keep that in the back of your head. Oh, by the way, they told you their name. Remember it. How do you do that? Say it back to them. Look them in the eyes long enough to see what color their eyes are. Try to make these connections. You can do this, and then the next time you see them, you're like, oh, Scott, right? Yeah, how's it going? Talk to them a little bit. Believe me. All this stuff works, okay? So just little tidbits, little situations. We're going to just keep doing this again and again. All right, good luck. Get social.